Action, suspense, self-discovery, twists, and a mystery. You can find this and so much more in The Grand Secret, written by Michigan author Ed McKenna. And Ed actually joins us right now for our Ask the Author segment. Ed, welcome.
Ray, thanks for having me. It's great to be here, Nicole.
Yes, we're so excited to have you in. We love authors, but we definitely love, of course, Michigan authors writing about our favorite Michigan spots. But before we dive into The Grand Secret, we kind of have to go to kind of your grand beginning. Kind of tell us a little bit about what got you into writing. Is it something that's always been a passion, or is it something that you've recently discovered?
It's something I recently discovered. Ooh. I read a local author who wrote a thriller suspense book, and when I was done reading it, I thought, you know, I think I could do that. So I dove right in, wrote the book, and when I started getting feedback from folks, I realized there's some things missing. So I kind of pursued that, joined a local writers group, and then that really helps kind of get the path started.
Isn't that amazing, the kind of community and support that you have? And also, too, finding a passion halfway through life. What was the inspiration behind this book, The Grand Secret?
Well, I always wanted to write a book that, if I was going to write, would involve murder. But they always say you should write about what you know about. So just for the record, I've never murdered anybody.
Oh, yeah, I was like, I'm going to step over there, Ed.
Right. So, and then I thought I would want it to be where the people in Michigan could recognize something within it. And I thought, what's one of the most recognizable things or places in the state of Michigan? And you talk about Mackinac Island, the Grand Hotel. And personally, these are places that are very close to me for a lot of reasons. I met my wife on Mackinac Island. The Jane Seymour's character in Somewhere in Time is named McKenna, which is my last name.
Right.
The Grand Hotel actually opened on July 10th, which is my youngest daughter Jillian's birthday, July 10th. And then I've served as a tour guide once on the island. So I felt there's just too many coincidences that involve me, and I got to kind of bring that all together. So.
Yeah. You know, what makes this a great location for this thriller, as well as an iconic event that takes place during the book, too?
Absolutely. The Mackinac Policy Conference is held every year. It brings together all the movers and shakers of the state, you know, the governors, the mayors, the business people. And if they collaborate together, it really is an opportunity for the, you know, life in Michigan to be better, you know, cleaner air, water, economic. And I think it's a platform that can draw a lot of people to the state if they can, you know, pull together their resources. So, yes. But
in this book, obviously, it's a little bit of a thriller. So without giving too much away, what goes down on Mackinac Island?
Vince Walker, this preeminent automotive consultant, and at the end of a long day of dancing and meetings, he says to his wife, you know, I'm going to head up to the Cupola Bar. It's closed, and have it all to myself and check out the stars. And she says, all right, you go, you know, have a good time up there. And when he walks in, he sees these two men basically finishing off this man's life. And he later finds out that that's the chief financial officer of Stellantis Automotive, who he's had a lot of dealings with. And they realize that they have a witness, so they're out to get him. Eventually, the tables are turned. He's framed for the murder. So him and his wife need to get off the island, figure out who did this, why, and try and get their life back.
And I love, too, how you were able to tie in so many things that we're familiar with as Michiganders as well, those businesses, not only the location. So obviously very important to you to do that, right?
Very much so. And as they continue down through the state, you know, the Renaissance Center, Detroit River, the bridge, the Sarnia Bridge, and the places in Port Huron. So many things I brought into it, the Sault Ste. Marie. So it's kind of like championing this meeting and the beautiful places that we have in Michigan in a platform that kind of follows along this murder mystery story. So
I like that.
I'm hoping that it lets people see all the beauty that we have here in Michigan to visit, to live, to work.
What advice do you have out there for aspiring authors?
The good thing is to find community, you know, find a local writers group where you can help each other, you can deal with each other's frustrations, get feedback, and with that, you know, you can learn so much more with all these collaborative attitudes and input from other people to help you continue. And then the big thing is, there are so many times I could have easily said, all right, that's it, I quit. and you know, be persistent.
I like it. Well, thank you so much for coming in and not only sharing your advice, but sharing your books. Now I know exactly what I want to do next is read what actually happens. And so that's all on the edge of your seat. And of course, you can find out more information about Ed and where to get his books, all with the information right on the bottom of your screen. But thank you so much.
Thank you, Nicole. This has been fun.
Yes.
Thank you.